Emily and her brother Jake parked their old sedan at the edge of Ravenwood Forest, the crickets' incessant chirping filling the night. They weren't ghost hunters or thrill seekers, just two siblings chasing a story. The rumors about the abandoned Ravenwood Manor were too bizarre to ignore. People reported hearing whispers that seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. "This place looks like it belongs in a horror movie," Jake muttered, tightening his jacket against the biting cold. "That's the point," Emily replied, holding up her voice recorder. "We're here to separate fact from fiction." The manor loomed ahead, its rotting wood and shattered windows giving the impression it was watching them. They pushed open the creaking door, the stale air inside thick with mildew and something else. Something metallic. "Smells like blood," Jake said, wrinkling his nose. Emily shone her flashlight around the grand foyer. "Let's get this over with." The first hour was uneventful. Dusty rooms, broken furniture, and peeling wallpaper. Not exactly front-page material. Jake busied himself setting up cameras while Emily examined the crumbling walls for anything noteworthy. And then, they heard it. A faint whisper, almost like wind, but the words were unmistakable. "Why? Are you here?" Jake froze, his hand hovering over the camera. "Did you hear that?" Emily nodded, her breath hitching. "It's probably an echo or something. Old houses do that." The whisper grew louder, sharper, until it felt like it was right next to them. "Get out!" The door behind them slammed shut with a deafening bang. Emily and Jake spun around, their flashlights catching a fleeting shadow darting down the hall. Emily's rational mind screamed it was a trick of the light, but her gut told her otherwise. "Who's there?" she demanded, her voice steadier than she felt. A sudden knock echoed from the ceiling, then another from the walls. Jake grabbed Emily's arm. "This isn't funny anymore, Em. Let's go." But Emily's eyes were fixed on a crack in the floorboards, where something shiny glimmered faintly. She knelt down and pried the board loose. Beneath it was an old brass key tied to a blood-red ribbon. Before she could react, the whispers returned. Angrier this time. "Leave!" The key suddenly grew hot in her hand, burning her skin. She dropped it with a yelp, the sound of it hitting the floor reverberating unnaturally, like a scream. Jake yanked her up. "We're leaving, now!" As they raced toward the door, it swung open on its own, revealing a tall, shadowy figure standing in the doorway. Its head tilted unnaturally as it whispered, "You've unlocked it, and now you can't leave."